Hey team, welcome back. We are talking about El Presidente today. If you're a competitive shooter, you know what that is. If you're not a competitive shooter, don't turn us off quite yet. It's been a really great test of skills for years now. I'll tell you what it is, how you should practice it, and if you are a non-competitor and you're a super tactical dude, probably are not on my program because you understand the benefits of performance shooting, but there's probably somebody somewhere going, I don't want to do competitive things because they're whatever. Let me tell you, if you want to be able to test your skills, this is a really great test. I'll tell you what the drill is, then you can decide whether it's not for you. But I'm telling you, if you test yourself on this and you completely eat humble pie and fail, it's a great motivator to get to work. It is a 10 yards drill, 3 targets, USPSA targets that look like this. You are going to put them, there's a specific distance. I think it's classified 99.01. So go check it out. Specific distance. I have a simulator here. I put it up a couple of days ago. I have left it there. I can't remember how many feet from each other it's supposed to be. But anyway, there's a specific distance from each target and a simulated 10 yards, which I have here. 3 USPSA open targets. You're going to be facing uprange when the beep starts. You're going to have hands above shoulders when the classifier starts, and you're going to turn and draw, and you're going to affect each target with 2 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mandatory reload. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to have 4 shots on each target. You can only shoot 4 shots on each target in that order. It is a Virginia count, which means no makeups. So if you miss, you miss. And so for me, on a carry optics gun, which is a optic mounted slide, or slide mounted optic, I guess, I think your GM time is going to be like if you get all alphas, I think it's about 5.4 seconds, which is a little bit over an 11 hit factor. Figure out what your classifier is as far as your times. I'm going to be practicing for the Grandmaster times on carry optics because I want to be pushing very high goals and trying to achieve them. I'll show you what I do to kind of try to achieve that and get closer and closer and closer. Also, will you get all 4 alphas on each target on all the targets? You try to without slowing down at all. So 5.4 seconds, all alphas, about 11 hit factor. So if that's live fire, I usually try to take about 25% off on the time for dry fire. And that brings me roughly 4 seconds. I think it's 4:05. I did the math a little bit ago. Something like that. So I'm trying to turn, draw, do 6 simulated shots on 3 targets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reload 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in roughly 4 seconds. That's the goal time. Now we don't have to start there. We might start at 4.5, 4.4, something like that, and bring it down. Now, if you're like a C class, B class, A class, master class, whatever you might be, and you're not quite there to do all of those things, then add time respectively. Go look up the classifier. Figure out what your goal time is. Maybe you want to move up 1 class or 2 classes or whatever. Figure out what your goal time is, and then take about 25% off that time and try to see alphas, reload, alpha. You're trying to see all of those things without slowing down at all. So how do we get roughly 4 seconds? Well, we probably have to have about a 1 flat to maybe a 1-2, 1-3, somewhere in there we need to have on the turn and draw to the first shot. So that might be the first thing we practice, right? We turn, draw, try to see sights in about a second, 2.2, 2.3 at the most. Then we probably have to be sending about 20 splits. So if you start at 1-2, 1-2, 1-4, 1-6, 1-8, 2 seconds, 2-2. So in about a second, you're going to shoot all your 6 shots. That brings you to 2-2. Your reload probably needs to be about a second. That brings you to 3-2 to the first shot, and then 6 shots from there. It gets you pretty close to 4. That's kind of like the general blueprint. If you can steal time on the draw and do it a flat 1 second draw, maybe a 0.9 draw, super nasty. And also if you can start splitting a little bit, a hair sooner than 20, maybe 19s or 18s, and start stealing hundreds without losing time in the transitions, That's kind of where the ticket is. If you can steal time on the draw, on the reload, great, that's steal time on the reload. Now this has no movement in it other than the original turn, but that's kind of how you blueprint your practice session. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out if we can turn and draw. And for me, I'm gonna do it in 1-2. And then I'm gonna try to bring the part time down to 1 second flat if I can. All right, so I've got my 3 targets out there. I'm gonna be facing up range.